Good rising. Day 3. And we're all here. I am so grateful that you are still saying yes. My name is Aura Aru, and we are on the grief path for the next 51 days? No, 49 days. Count the day, right? Just so you know, I love art a lot, and I love all kinds of art. So sometimes I'll be featuring art behind me because it makes me feel good. And this piece right over there is by a good friend of mine by the name of Allure King, and you can find him on Facebook, Instagram, etc. He's got some awesome t-shirts that are prints of things like this or similar. But in general, I just love his work, and I'll be sharing different artists and different mediums just as something to offer, something for you to focus on maybe also. So, with my fan in hand, here we go. The affirmation. I am patient with myself as I move through the stages of grief at my own pace. I am patient with myself as I move through the stages of grief at my own pace. One more time. I am patient with myself as I move through the stages of grief at my own pace. You know, when you're going through transition and grief, often individuals want to give you advice. And that's wonderful, because often it comes from love. And at the same time, it may or may not honor your way. We talked about the stages of grief earlier. And that's important. We also have to remember that beyond those 5, 7 stages, depending on whom you are speaking to about it, and what influencer is sharing, may not necessarily envelop all that you are and need and require during this time of transition. So, as you look at those stages, also remember to always ask yourself, what do I require? Not need, but what you require. What is it? And what am I feeling right now? If you can ask yourself those questions, you immediately establish intimacy with yourself. And it brings you into the present in a really profound way, because you get to feel your body, check your mind, where are your emotions, where's your energy in that moment. And while you do this process, always remember, grief is messy, number 1. Grief is unpredictable, and grief doesn't really care about your stages. What grief cares about, if it were personified, is your feelings, are your feelings. So more than anything, as you move through this day, allow yourself to be really conscious of your feelings. And at this moment, I'm going to whip out my affirmation and put it up so you can look at it for a couple of minutes. Go ahead and screenshot. That's absolutely fine. I am following the book, so you can find them in there if you care to get the book. You don't have to for this book. I am patient with myself as I move through the stages of grief at my own pace. Breathe. Gentle, easy breaths in and out, deep and slow, gentle. I am patient with myself as I move through the stages of grief at my own pace. Breathe in gently, deeply, and release. Third time. I am patient with myself as I move through the stages of grief at my own pace. Amen. Ashe. Aho. I'm just grabbing my lovely, before I start drumming for you. Breathing is so good and so important in this work. And while I will be turning up the volume on the music in a minute and drumming for you, I want you to only be concerned today with how you're feeling and what you require. Because you're allowed to. Because your stages may not go in some order. They can go all over the place. One day you can be feeling a deep despair. The next half an hour you could be feeling anger. And it be deep and real, and both are authentic to who you are in that moment. I suggest that you do journal during this process. And it doesn't have to be formalized in the sense of perfect book, perfect pen, but if that's important, then get it and start to write down your thoughts and feelings as you move through this class. I would be really excited to hear your ideas and processes. Yesterday, I woke up sad, and I really couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was, but as the day went on, it got clearer to me, and I was able to express it and then do something about it. Today, I'm in a calm state right now. I'm glad to be here with you all. And at the same time, who knows where I'll be at in my own process. But I promise you that I am working this right along with you. And I'm working it imperfectly. Here we go. Give you a little extra volume. I gotta stand up to do this. Make sure we get that right. Here we go. Fix that quick. You get me raw. So, for some odd reason, the sound has gone, but that may be exactly what needs to happen. As a matter of fact, I would concur that it is exactly what needs to happen, and it's a drumming day. So, deep breath. Allow as you breathe in. Think of the word allow. Breathe in, and it's release. Acceptance. Mouth out. Breathing in. Some people like to do it this way because they have challenges with their nose. But if you can do it this way, That's best. But both are workable, definitely. Okay? I got a note on that in my messages yesterday, and I thought I'd bring that up. You, you, if you have problems with your nasal passages, instead of going for the in-breath, go. I was doing it before, but I wasn't explaining it, so I wanted to get clear on that. Okay? Breathe. 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 Sometimes the grief comes out in my playing. Oh, it's a morning, and it's a morning, and it's all good. Thank you so much for joining me today. I may introduce some other instruments. I've been feeling the gong lately, so maybe we'll do that. And I also have some tuning forks and some other sounding things that I think are very helpful during this transitional time for us all. Please remember to like, subscribe if you'd like more. And please, if you have any comments, I do read everything. So thank you. Have a brilliant and blessed day.